What's up, guys? It's your bear, and welcome back. I have a quick movie review. Uh, I got to go see Iron Lung in cinemas, as one should, and I just want to say, holy fuck, Mark, wow. I have to say, wow. Coming from the perspective of it being an independent film to start, being nearly entirely funded by Mark himself and produced in what he even had crediting under the editing, meaning he also took like time to go through and help with editing. He put so much into this. I've been following the process, the progression of Iron Lung since he first spoke about it, and I'm going to give this take as non-biasedly as I can. I have been subscribed to Markiplier since 2016. I was watching Markiplier before I had my own YouTube account, so my love for him goes way back. But I'm going to talk about this movie in an unbiased perspective as best I can. This movie proves so much. It is so good for something that was mostly filmed in a small set, because I think about 98 of that movie just takes place with Mark, a camera, and in that iron lung. The iron lung is a submersible. I wouldn't call it a submarine, it's like a submersible. And long story short, Simon, convict, is. Why are you doing this? Um, Convict is dropped into an ocean of blood to. He's dropped in an ocean of blood to find things. And you really feel the claustrophobia and the raw emotions that Markiplier's character Simon actually goes through throughout the movie. They do a wonderful job of isolating you into that compartmented space with that character. I felt claustrophobic watching that movie. I also was genuinely scared and had to clutch my purse at one point. It's essentially, and I'm going to get this out of the way because most people are in the reviews, a large portion of the movie is kind of just Simon doing his job, and then, holy shit, what the fuck was that? And it's great. It's good. The suspense is real, and it's done in a way that they really didn't need to spoon feed it to you. And I say that because there's been a lot of disappointment in movies that really spoon feed you the information. I left Iron Lung needing to know more. There were things left unanswered that, should he be able to make a sequel or a follow up or anything related to it, fuck, I need to see it now. And that takes me to like part of my cinema experience, which there weren't a lot of us in the cinema. To be fair, I didn't go during a popular viewing time. I purposely went during a time where it wouldn't be busy. So I'd say about the 10 of us that were in the theater all pretty much had the same reactions throughout. There were moments where you really had to shut up and hold your breath to hear what's being said, process what's happening. And it was really like when something gets intense in a game and you lean forward in your chair, I physically leaned forward in my chair at one point, processing what was going on. It had me in multiple seats where most movies I watch nowadays, I can just watch like this. The fact that it had such an impact on how I was reacting to it was wonderful. And I have to say that ending credits, beautiful. And all 10 of us kind of just sat there until the lights had turned on and the screen had turned off. We needed more. And we were all amazed by what we had just seen. Now I'm going to get a bit more into it. As I said earlier, the entire film is basically trapped in the submersible, with Markiplier playing Simon, who they refer to as convict throughout most of the movie. There's reason for that, which I'm not going to get into, but play on his emotions, and I'm trying to think how to say this. I felt that was a really good way of showing how some people get when they are alone with themselves for a long period of time, and then you throw in the added fuckery of whatever the fuck that was, and you feel the pure stress and anxiety and fear and sadness that Simon feels. When Simon is mad, you can see that through the acting, his character's not just mad, he's seething. When he is sad, you feel that. And it's not needed to be said. The way Markiplier acts out these scenes feels way too raw. But in that same breath being said, is 10 times better than some of the acting I've seen over the last 2 years. And I am so going to throw shade at fucking Rachel and that Snow White movie. Because fuck, that is an A-listed, top tier, million budget movie. And it was dog shit. Markiplier, small budget movie, smaller team, much smaller team, and not an A-listing actor, and he performed 10 times better than some of the A-listing actors that are appearing in movies today. That is without bias. This is my honest opinion. I am looking forward to new generations of acting because I'm kind of tired of the actors we see. There are still gems in between, but it's gone. Hollywood has gone stale. They've fallen into this format that is please the masses, fall to the common denominator and feed the masses. Markiplier's Iron Lung does not feed the masses. It feeds the story. And that just goes, I can't even put it into real words. It goes beyond real on how shit movie production has become. Markiplier's Iron Lung should be a new step in movie making, and I'm not saying that because there are bad movies. Sam Raimi's movie that's competing with Iron Lung at the moment is a good movie. It's got good story and it's got good visuals. It's got good actors in it. Dylan O'Brien, yes, pretty good, decent actor. They have this on par. They can beat it out. Other movies, I, K-pop Demon Hunters came along and they're like, this is great. Iron Lung has come out and this is great. It's going to be difficult to compete with Iron Lung, and Hollywood is feeling that. And it is so good. It is so good to see an independent film do this well. And I'm speaking from the fact that I know there's a bias. But anyways, back to the movie. I will I'll stay on movie topic as best I can right now. The majority of this movie, like I said, submersed, claustrophobic, and in a not well lit environment, which makes it even better that it ended up being so good, but plays massively to the suspense you feel throughout the movie that you are either looking at shades of black, grey, or red. And it works. He did not need to have colourful bullshit on the screen all the time. There are moments where he's in front of a glass panel and you see his reflection be a much darker form of himself, but you can still see the emotion. There are times where the camera angles are the reflection through that screen as you see this guy do his day-to-day job. The way they transition from the different camera angles is also incredibly great. It's not just a cut. It's not a cut, 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 cut. It's actually like a smooth transition. There are cuts, don't get me wrong, but the transitions between scenes are actually really good and well thought out. There are moments which I've seen a lot of people complain about. In fairness, can understand the complaint where Simon's communication is done entirely through a speaker box, which is prompted up somewhere in the submersible, and there's no camera, it's just a voice. At some point, you hear multiple voices come through at once, and it's a little hard to follow what each voice is saying, but it adds so much to that moment and what that character is going through. I didn't even mind it. I did not need to hear what every single voice was saying to know that this situation was fucked. Let me just put it like, the situation this character gets into, fucked. The situation this character has to deal with, fucked. Whatever the fuck is in there, fuck. I'm not monetized. I can say fuck as many times as I want. It's great. I cannot say or rate more detail like I actually want to. I want people to have some more time to watch it. It only premiered on the 30th. Today's like the 4th as of recording. I want people to watch it. I don't want to spoon feed the movie to you guys through my review. I just want to say it was great. From a non-biased perspective, as a newcoming actor, Mark did a great job. I'm also thinking of Edge of Sleep, which he did as well, which was a couple of episodes. That was also freaking great, and he's also very emotion based in that show, and it gets better, and it feels like Mark gets better every single scene, which is great to see from like beginner living actors. I also say this in remembering that Mark did A Heist of Markiplier and In Space with Mark and other like interactive acting things, so it's not just that he woke up and went, I'm gonna be an actor today. This is years of work that Mark's put in predating Iron Man. And it goes back to what I was saying, that it proves so many things. It proves that to make a good movie, you just need a good team and a few good actors and lots of time and effort and love. And you can tell watching this movie that went into it. I have to give it a solid 9 out of 10. I can't give it a full 10 out of 10, unfortunately, because I need more. I have so many things that were left unanswered that were purposely made to be left unanswered. That ending, oh, wow. That thing, and also how it all began. How we ended up submerged in an ocean of blood with a convict. But that's what we're gonna go for. A solid 9 out of 10, my little Hollywood rant. Just my few little things that I am willing to say about it and how great it is. I also wanted to, I've just remembered now quickly, talk about how there's deterioration in the submersible, which the worse the deterioration of the machine gets, the worse the character's mental state gets. And those are subtle details that I just really enjoy in movies, that when backgrounds represent characters. I see it a lot in indie animation nowadays. I look forward to seeing it in movies coming forward. I really hope we get to see Mark do some more, and I just have to give some massive credit out to that team, to Markiplier, a few other of my favorite people who managed to make it into the movie, small roles, but in there. I just have to say thank you, Mark. Absolutely, thank you to Mark and his team and the creator of Iron Lung, who did weigh in on the project. That it's great. We don't need these super fancy visual overly done things where there's too much happening on the screen. We don't need that. This movie proved it. This movie proved with a good story, and it's also a game adaptation. Iron Lung, the movie, is based off of a game, which I haven't seen many playthroughs for other than Mark's playthrough for it, so I can't comment on it. But it's also further proof that games can be movies, and they can be adapted well if you stick to the material and you stick to what is at heart. And Markiplier has done that. Markiplier has an amazing heart, always has, and he put it all in this movie. And it's cinema, absolute cinema. That's it for Iron Lung, guys. A good 9 out of 10. Markiplier, I love you. Thank you, Mark. I deeply thank you, Mark. Thank you for everything you put into this movie. Thank you for your team, which was pretty big. Thank you to all of them. It was amazing, guys. If you can, go submerge yourself with Markiplier and Iron Lung. I do want to talk about this again, and I can't wait until I can. As for now, I'll catch you guys later.